Bill. How are you doing? Welcome back.
Hi.
So, I'm so glad to have you back here this week. And so, I know you've been coming for a couple weeks now to see me.
Yep.
And so we've talked about in past weeks about confidentiality and how, as long as you're not, hurting yourself or anybody else, I don't have to tell anyone what's going on. But you are coming here for work. And so they do actually want updates on how everything's going. And so I wanted to discuss with you, how that would look. We could just tell them the goals you're working on each week. I write up notes and we could give them a transcript of that. We could even work on, create a form together and, write that out together and then give it, to your work. But I just wanted to see what you felt most comfortable with, since it's still important for me to, talk to you about that and what your opinion is on that.
Let's see. Yeah, let's share the goals.
The new goals? Okay.
Yeah.
We can do that then. That'd be an easy way. And so each week then, I'll, send over to your boss then whatever goals that we've come up with together then, okay?
Sounds good.
And if ever you want to change how we do that, just let me know. We can do that then.
Okay. Can I get a copy of the notes each week?
Yeah, if you want, I can give you that too. And that way you can have the goals then too written down for yourself and
Great.
what we're doing.
Okay.
And so we've also talked about these last couple weeks, the reason that you're coming to see me and everything. And so first we talked about you're coming for work and that, you've got into some fights at work, and then your boss is saying that you've been having some trouble with meeting deadlines and going to meetings on time. And then, you let me know too last week that, you and your wife were having some problems with communication and we're trying to work on that together. And so do you still feel like, those are things that you want to work on in these sessions together?
Yeah, I mean, my goal, I want to finish with this thing, I want to get back to work full time. I've been working part-time, from home, 10 hours a week, trying to get this project done. After next week, my vacation time runs out, so
Okay.
there goes our, our Christmas trip. We're not going to be able to travel, go down to Arizona. So yeah, the goal is to get back to work. I'm doing this for them. And, my wife's nagging me at home, do this, do that, and so yeah, I want her, I want her to shut up, so.
I know last week we had set a goal, since you brought it up, how your wife has been wanting you to, do some things at home and felt like you weren't there and on your time off, and so we had talked about you trying to, do some of those things on the honey-do list, and so how did that go?
Man, she was nagging me all week. I got 3 things on that list done, and it didn't even matter. She wanted the list done. I said, woman, I said, I got 2 big projects that we've been talking about for over a year, and then, something else for the kid. And then she says, I thought you were going to finish it. I thought you were going to, with all this time. I said, woman, I have deadlines. I have to get this project done. If I don't get this done, I'm going to get fired. It doesn't matter that I'm coming here. I'm going to get fired. And then we won't have money. Forget the vacations. Forget the Christmas. Forget the cars. Both cars repoed. Lose the house. Come on, woman. So.
It sounds like, and also just from your breathing, that's been pretty stressful for you. It sounds like too, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you're feeling a lot of pressure with that deadline for work, that project you're working on?
Man, I've had some sleepless nights thinking about that project. It could ruin me if I don't get it done. And part of me thinks my boss wants me to fail. So it's tough because, you know, I've been doing this for 20 years. You know, I'm not some spring chicken. You know, like if I get fired from this job, they're not gonna hire me. They want some big shot, some young kid with these fresh ideas. You know, yeah, I get it. I'm all older. I'm seasoned. You know, I've been at this for a while, but you know, I'm smart. You know, I got a lot of good ideas up here. You know, I don't want to have to look for another job.
Sounds like a lot of stress and frustrating too. That's a lot you got on your plate.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about in the past, you know, deadlines have been hard at times, and so you've got this big project you're trying to finish. How has that been going?
Well, you know, the boss, you know, breathing down my neck, and he's calling me every other day, emailing me every day. You know, he wants to know everything I'm doing, every stroke of the pen. I just, you know, I can't think. You know, the creativity just doesn't come like that. You know, and I just gotta. You know, I can't have somebody breathing down my neck. And so, you know, I'm kind of free. I've never liked deadlines, you know. I get it. I understand. They're important, you know, cost a lot of money. But, I mean, I can't produce a shitty product. I mean, you know, this is my work, you know. I mean, I went to school to be an artist, all right? And I fell into this career because it paid a lot of money. Advertising, just, it pays the bills. But, you know, I like to create. That's what I do.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You know, has this boss been your boss your whole time working, you know, at this company, or have you had any past bosses who have maybe had a different work style with you?
Yeah, this guy, he's been around for about 2 years. He's been in this management position for excuse me, coming down with a cold. He's been in this position for like 5 months, and it seems like ever since he's been on board, he's just been riding my ass.
So I know right now it sounds like your immediate thing that's really stressing you out is obviously your project. You've got, as you were saying, if you don't get that done, you feel like you're gonna be fired then, and you really need your job. What are some things you're doing right now, you know, for trying to get things done on time? You know, what type of strategies have you been trying?
Well, a buddy of mine, he mentioned this app. It helps you organize all of your stuff. It's like a portfolio. And you can create from anywhere. And it has a built-in organization tool. So, thinking about using that, thinking about downloading that. And let's see. I can't create in my house. You know, I'm supposed to be working from home, but I can't do it. So I've been going down to the library, getting one of those rooms. So that's one of the things that it helps me think, and so I think I've been able to get more stuff done.
That's a great idea and a great way to, try to alleviate some of that pressure then that you've been feeling at home. Get yourself out of that headspace. With the app, do you feel like that app would work with your organization style, that it would be successful for you?
You know, I'm not a tech guy,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I mean, I'll give it a try. I don't know if it matches my style.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a try. I mean, he swears by it, so I mean,
Okay.
you know.
I mean, that could be a good idea, and something, if it doesn't work for you, seeing what, really is your organizational style, and finding something that would fit in well for you there then. Try to meet your deadlines that way. But I think you've made a great progress with going to the library and working there then. And that's probably good for you and your wife too, because it's probably been tough that you're there all the time with her and you guys aren't having any time apart.
Yeah. Well, you know, she's got her little Etsy business, you know, she works out of the house and she, you know, that's how we met, you know. I don't know if I told you, but we met in art school.
Oh, okay.
And so, you know, she does calligraphy and
Oh.
she designs these wedding invitations or whatever, you know, and it's a big business and, you know, it's great. I like the income, but, you know, it's just, oh man, she's always around and, you know, I mean, that's why I gotta, you know, work in a library or, you know, I go out with my buddies, you know, the few friends I do have, you know, we go to the golf range, you know, a couple times a week.
Yeah.
You know, we go to TGI Fridays, you know, we grab dinner, grab some drinks, you know. I just gotta.
You gotta take the time too, and I think it's probably good. Like you said, you're doing the library and she's at home, so you guys are getting your own separate spaces then. You know, you've got a lot on your plate with work and, you know, with your wife and your son. Is there anything else going on in life at all? Anything like with your friends or anything that's, you know, maybe been weighing on you or frustrating you at all?
Yeah. Yeah, there's something else. Do we have to talk about it?
You know, don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but it kind of feels like it's something that's really weighing on you.
All right, so get a little choked up here. All right. Well, my dad, you know, we're real close. You know, I'm his only son, and you know, he hasn't been in the best of health his last, I don't know, 6-7 months. My mom passed away, so he you know, he lives at home by himself, or well, he did until about 5 months ago. They moved him in a hospice facility, and yeah. Uh, it just kills me. I feel like a terrible son. I haven't seen him since he moved in there. I don't even, I haven't even talked to the guy. My wife was the one who helped him get admitted. I couldn't do it. I talked to the nurse one time, the first week he was there, but not after that. So, yeah.
I really appreciate you telling me that, you know, and thank you for that, because that's not easy to talk about. And so I appreciate that you're willing to talk with me about it. you and your dad have a really strong bond. He's really important to you.
Yeah.
And, you know, it sounds like it's been, you said he's 5 months now, he's been in
Yeah.
hospice.
It's been 5 months.
That's gotta be really tough to go through. You know, have you, you know, emotionally, that's gotta be weighing. Has that affected you, you know, the rest of your life at all?
I mean, probably. I mean, yeah. I just, you know, my wife and I, we fight about it. You know, she's, that's the other thing. She's nagging me. Oh, why don't you go see your father? Why, you know, it's like, come on, woman. Like, I don't want to see my dad like that. Like, you know, my dad, you know, I just, you know, he's like this big, you know, it's like just this giant, you know, like, he's like, I just, man, I can't even, I don't know, I just, I can't see him. I can't see him like that.
Okay. But from what I heard, and you know, correct me if this isn't right, that you've been feeling some guilt from not going and seeing him though, even though it sounds like it would be really tough for you to have to see him like he is
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. I mean, I feel guilty, but I'm not anger. I'm angry at myself.
Yeah.
I feel like a bad son. I'm
Mhm.
just angry with myself.
Yeah.
And then I'm angry at my wife for nagging me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm angry at my dad. Like, you know,
Yeah.
come on. He's not that old, you know. 67 years old.
Mhm.
Not that old.
And it's okay to feel angry about that situation. It's a really tough situation. You're right to feel angry and to be feeling how you are. You said that you don't feel like you can go to see your dad, but that's just not something that is on the table for you at all.
No, I can't do it.
Have you tried calling him?
I've thought about it,
Mhm.
but I can't. I don't think I can do it. I don't know. I've thought about it.
You
but-
thought about it. Is there any other way you feel like you could communicate with him?
Well, I would like to know how he's doing.
Okay.
I mean, I could call the
Mhm.
home, and I would talk to a nurse.
Okay.
I would talk to a nurse.
That's a good starting point.
Yeah, I could probably see myself doing that.
Okay.
Because I want to know.
Mhm.
Kills me. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. My wife hasn't been there to see him in
Mhm.
a month because her business is booming. So, you know, I haven't gotten an update on him recently.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good place to start.
Yeah,
Do you feel
I could do that.
do you feel like that could be maybe a goal for next week to see maybe this coming week for you to call the nurse and just check in? Try doing that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, again, thank you for telling me that, and you know, it sounds like you and your dad are just, it's real special to you.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna suck when he leaves.
Have you been thinking about that?
I'm never gonna have a bond as strong as the one I have with my dad.
It sounds like in the past you felt that you were not gonna find someone that you'll have a bond like your dad.
Yeah.
What made that so strong and so special for you and your dad?
I mean, I was his only son, so I mean, you know, I got all my dad's attention. You know, we played baseball together. He coached my little league. Now I teach my kids little league.
Yeah.
My dad paid for me to go to college. He
Oh.
never got a college education. And so, you know, that was, I mean, he and my mom, they refinanced their house so I could go to school, get a better education, better than they could, you know, so just, you know, like I feel like I owe my dad, you know, so, yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel like I let my dad down, you know, a lot, because, you know, this job and, you know, I just, you know, he paid for me to be where I'm at, and so, you know, yeah,
So you felt like before you let him down in the past.
yeah, yeah. I mean, not like this though.
Okay.
I mean,
So it's a good first step you're taking. Call a nurse. It's a good place to start.
yeah, yeah,
So, you know, we're see if you can try that this week. And I think also then for work, see if you're gonna try the app this week and see how that goes with your deadlines, and I think those are some, you know, good goals
okay.
to be able to try for next week. How do you feel about those?
I feel a little bit relieved,
Okay.
you know, still not sure if I'm ever gonna get to see my dad before he goes, but, you know, yeah, I do wanna talk to him, so,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. And I can't lose my job, so, I mean, I'll do anything at this point,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, I think those are two good things we can have you work on, and we can talk about next week then, how that went for you. I think that's definitely, those are good things, and, you know, how's coming back, you know, next week, same time, same day?
yeah, the day works, can we move the time?
Yeah, we can move
Up?
time.
Can you make it like, 5?
That
instead of
works.
6?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just to summarize then, you know, working on your work and your deadlines at work then, and you made good progress with going to the library is a good step for you. So you're gonna try that app then and see how that goes, and you know, you're gonna see if you can call a nurse for your dad, and that be the goal then. And you know, next week we can talk more if you want about how things are with you and your wife then too. Those are the things, you know, we talk about and the goals we're working on, and sounds like, you know, how does that feel for you then? That's
Feels
where
good.
you're at. Okay.
All right.
Well then I'll see you next week, and we'll move it to 6 then.
All right.
Okay?
Sounds good. All right. Thanks a
so
lot.
much, Bill.
All right. Take care.
You too.